Can we start with the injury situation, please, Jürgen? Shaqiri, will he be fit? And any chance of Dejan Lovren being fit? If Fabinho has to deputise, I'm not trying to preempt anything, but if he does, how different a test is it to what he's faced so far as playing at centre-half for you this season?
You want the complete lineup or only parts of it? Yeah. Then we have to see. Shaq yesterday had a clearing session, and after that all thumbs were up, but we have to see how he reacted until today. So he will be, that was the plan today, be in proper training. Good, having another option. What was the other question? Shaqiri? He trained yesterday. What was I talking about? So he trained yesterday and it looked very good. Yeah? So, and Fabinho, yeah. If in Champions League, then against Bayern Munich, that's it's not an easy job. Huh? So, but because we thought it makes sense that we don't let our last row alone defending against Bayern. It depends all to how we defend in general. So that's it, and there will be a lot of moments where we have to defend, and we worked on that. Obviously, we tried to work on that because we respect the quality of Bayern Munich a lot. Speed, technique, experience, yeah, it's all there what you need to be successful. So we respect that, and yeah, we try to make the best of the situation.
More, Vinny.
Obviously, we can break this down into a pivotal couple of weeks. The fact that you've got to face Bayern, Manchester United to come at the weekend. There's a Merseyside derby a week after that with Watford in between.
Thank you.
Well. So how do you view it? How pivotal a moment in the season?
Game by game. Game by game. It makes no. You cannot think about it in a different way. I don't think if you ask tonight Manchester United if they when they face Chelsea, if they already think about our game on Saturday, I don't think so. So yeah, we had only tough months in this season. To be honest, it was not one month where we thought, oh, good, only these opponents. It's always tough, and we have to be ready for that, and hopefully we are. That's all we can see. But we have to be focused 100% on the game tomorrow night. Otherwise, we don't have a chance. That's absolutely sure.
Vinny, do you require a third? I'll come back to you if necessary. Simon, okay.
Jürgen, they're obviously a team you know well. There are players in that team you know very well, and yet they're not, by their own level, quite as high as maybe they have been in previous seasons. But can you explain still how difficult you're expecting this task to be?
Pretty much how it is most of the time. I'm not sure if it's English saying as well, but that's always when Munich has a difficult situation and it's moaning on a really high level. So that's how it is, because after being 6 years the dominator of the league, and that was clear that this year will be a more difficult year, and actually it's a completely normal situation. They have 2 points in the moment because Dortmund plays tonight behind Dortmund. So they play Dortmund at home. Nothing decided in the league, being in the cup still, and being in the Champions League in the last 16. So that's a completely normal situation with a high quality team. So to become the champion, you need to have the desire, like you need to have the desire of a newcomer, combined with the quality of a real contender. And in the beginning of the season, maybe after being 6 years champion, they didn't have that. But meanwhile, they are chasing the league, and so they have it back. So all the situation in Munich, from my point of view, makes them even more dangerous, more a threat than they were before, because this is a competition they were traditionally, historically, always good. And but we have our own targets, we have our own aims. We want to be strong. We want to show. Because in Germany, a lot of people were talking now about the atmosphere at Anfield, they were talking about that we are maybe the most emotional club in world football. So, emotion, in my opinion, is a very positive thing. So let's show that tomorrow night. Let's make it a very emotional place. Let's make it a very lively place on the pitch, on the stands, and and let's enjoy that game together. It's a tough one against a really strong and very experienced team, but we are strong as well, and that's what we have to show.
Okay, we'll take one more from Simon, but then can people grab my attention if they've got questions for Jürgen, and by just giving a little wave. But Simon, final one from you.
With that in mind that you just said, then can you see similarities between your season and their season, the way things are going?
No, there were different targets before the season. You cannot be we cannot have the same target in the league that than as Bayern Munich have, because they 6 times in a row champion. They know how it is. Want to be the 7th time. Want to make history. In this case, our history would be completely different. But both teams. So we are maybe we achieved so far a little bit more than people would have expected, and people who don't really think a lot about Bayern maybe think they achieved a bit less than they would have expected. But it's both are in a similar situation. It's a long way to go and to finish the season, and but we don't have to think about the league season. We have only to think about the Champions League season, and that's tomorrow night. A really big one, and again, one of these games, if I would be not involved, I'm really happy about being involved, but if not, I would buy a ticket. So that's the truth. If I could, it would be difficult to buy a ticket for that game, to be honest, but I would have tried at least.
Okay, Zed, I'll take one from yourselves for being.
So you're going to play home first, an advantage?
No, usually not, but we don't care too much. We showed that. We had that a couple of times. We played against Rome first at home, against City first at home. So it gave us, even when we had really good results, it gave us a big job to do for the second game and the second leg, and that's how it is. So these games, usually when 2 good teams face each other, will not be decided in one game. So you make a little advantage, or you have a little disadvantage, or whatever. That's most of the time. But we respect the competition. So there are 2 legs to play, and we will be 100% focused into both of them. But for tomorrow night, we only can play at home, and let's make the best of it. That's how it is, and let's create a basis which we can use in the second game. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, but it's possible, and that's all I need.
Zed, anything else? No? I'll go to PA then.
Yeah, that's the same thing. So you can see it like it's better. You have the rhythm and keep the rhythm, or you have this kind what we had now, this little break, and we used the time. We had to use the time. We had to work on a lot of tactical things. How we saw it, we prepared the rest of the season. So we used the time for that and tried to give some impulse, tactical-wise, fitness-wise, and all that stuff. We needed time as well for bringing a couple of players back who were out before that, and so for that, for sure, it helped, but all the rest we will see. So what is better, having the rhythm or having a little rhythm break? I don't know. We didn't think really about it. We couldn't change that. We tried to use our situation, and now we play them, and the answer maybe will be given tomorrow night.
Do you have a second one, or no? Okay, gentleman with his hand up at the back row. Yes, if you could. No, the answer needs to be in English, I'm afraid, but you can feel free. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Do you want to ask, guys? You need to keep while the question's being asked. We're allowed to hear it. Yes.
Even when German people ask in English.
After 3.5 years, how much in love are you with the city and this player?
Oh, very much. You're much more than I could have expected, of course, because you never know. You never know, and it's. The welcome was outstanding, and since then it became better and better. So that's the truth. We grew together. We developed together, all of us. I said it a couple of times. I'm not very often in the city, so I don't know exactly what people think about me or us or whatever. But I feel it in the stadium that the mood and the atmosphere is really positive. The best thing of all the things we did so far since we are together is that we are a real competitor again. So that's it. That's of course not enough, but it's a for sure a very important step. And in this very competitive league and in a very competitive Champions League, being qualified the second year in a row, hopefully next year the 3rd year in a row, is unusual because it didn't happen too often in the past. And being then not only part of the competition, really that people think we could beat Bayern, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. But at the end, we have to prove that. But yeah, the story so far is a nice one, but not finished yet.
Okay. Any questions more from our visitors from Germany or Munich for Mr. Klopp before Jordan Henderson comes in? Doesn't seem to be too many questions in the press room. Gentleman there, yes, if you'd like to.
Oh, I worked together with these 2 boys and I loved it. I had 2 fantastic players. And I have to be really thankful because without them, without them, probably my career would not be the same, would not have been the same. So that's how it is. We all benefit from each other. So I remember my first phone call with Mats Hummels. I remember when I saw Robert Lewandowski the first time and all that stuff. So that's part of my life and part of my history. So that's nice. And we will always have a lot of respect for each other. But yes, I know. Yeah, I know a lot. I would not say I know everything about them because it's already 3.5 or 5 years ago that we worked together. But I followed their path, of course, and followed their way, and so I know a lot about them, and I really like them. But for tomorrow night, so that's how it is. We will try everything to, what can I say, to let them not shine. Let me say it like this. Difficult enough, but we'll still try.
Okay, again, if there's any of our visitors have any questions for Jürgen, if you could try and grab my attention, we're going to take the last couple now. Vinny's going to have another one for Sky in the UK.
Yeah, for you, what added dimension is brought to this tie? The fact that it is Bayern Munich, the fact that you've got such a history with them as a rival, and also them at one point also entertaining the idea of appointing you as manager when they obviously appointed Jürgen Klinsmann.
Yeah, but so what was the question exactly?
I just wonder what added dimension it brings to the tie for you personally. Given your
No dimension. Only more stress because all the people want to. I could have had 600 interviews with German newspapers, television, but stuff like that, and thank God I didn't do it. But that's all the interest is like because I'm part of that game. But it's nothing, not a little bit personal or whatever. And the story Uli Hoeneß brought up, or whoever brought it up, that 2008 we had two phone calls actually. Yeah, I know that since 2008, and but I would never have told anybody. But when they say it, then I can say yes, that's how it was. So no problem. So I have no actually. There was never any negative things with Bayern, but when we played each other and when they bought our players, how can I be happy then always and say, oh, yeah, great, good idea, I bring him in my car. So that's of course not the case. So that was not nice for us at Dortmund, but it's part of the business, and it's long ago. I cannot be, was never in my life able to be angry for a long time. So in these moments I was not happy. And probably I said it, I'm not sure, but probably everybody could see that then that I was not happy. And meanwhile, it's long ago, and yeah, it's a big club, we all know that, and was a big competition for us in Germany when I was there. And I wish Borussia Dortmund being the champion, of course, but that's pretty much all.
Okay. Any final questions for Jürgen before we leave and bring Jordan Henderson in? No? Guys, thank you very much. Oh, yes, sorry. Okay, right at the end. Just final question.
Tell me that we will get the Premier League title this year, I would roll over and let Bayern tickle my tummy.
It's difficult for me to answer the question in exactly the same manner, but it's yeah. If we would have to decide, then it's for all Liverpool fans, it's the Premier League. That's clear. We know that. But now we play Champions League, and I think we all expect, and that's a good right. They all expect that we do our best tomorrow night, and that's what we do. And thank God we don't have to make a decision today, and we will not know today or tomorrow. We have the only thing we can do is to give it our all and play very passionate football, very lively football, the football that people expect when they come to Anfield. We expect a good atmosphere, but we know about the part we have to play. We have to create atmosphere as well on the pitch and make it easier for the people. But it will be outstanding tomorrow night. And I know that a lot of players from other teams always say, "Oh no, it's really good. I'm looking forward to be going there." And it's true. It's something to enjoy. But on the other hand side, there's a lot of power involved in that, and I've experienced that now a couple of times, that our crowd is really able to push us from 100 to 120, 30 or 40%. I never would have thought that that's possible, but it happened here from time to time, and hopefully tomorrow night again.
Okay, guys, if you'd like to stay in your seats, Jordan Henderson will be in next for our play part. Thank you very much.
Might need headphones. Okay. Vinny, do you want to kick off?
Jordan, first of all, fully fit, fully recovered, or you're having to manage injuries at the moment? And has it been a bit frustrating this season, just a little bit stop-start at times with a few little niggles here and there?
No, I feel good, yeah. Obviously, yeah, before the West Ham game I had a slight problem, but yeah, it was more precaution than anything. I'm sure good week's training, very, very good. Going into the game tomorrow, as does everybody else really. A few players come back from injury, illness, which is a big plus for us.
I want to ask you about Naby Keita, because there's been quite a bit of attention on his form this season. What do you make of how he's
Yeah, I think everybody can see how good Naby is as a footballer. But as I know myself, coming to Liverpool, such a huge club, and especially changing to the Premier League is tough. So it takes time to adapt. I think he's done really well in certain games that he's played. I can see him getting used to the way that we're playing. The manager's helped him improve, and I can definitely see him. The potential that you can see coming out in him. But at the same time, it takes time to feel right at home. But I think over the last couple of games, you can see the quality that he gives the team and how good he is.
Important then, I suppose, that you're all reaching the kind of peak levels of performance at this stage. You just wonder how pivotal a couple of weeks you see this with. Obviously, Bayern Munich, you've got United to come at the weekend, Watford, and then a Merseyside derby as well. And these two of those teams within that are desperate to probably put a dent in your title hopes as well this season.
Yeah, I think that's why I think the week in Marbella was important for us, not only to prepare for this game, but to prepare for the next few months, really. Because the games will come thick and fast, and we need everybody to be fit and right on it, to be able to finish the season strong. We've got some tough games, we know, but I feel as though we're ready for the challenge and ready to give everything, and then see where we are at the end of the season.
John, what could you do there that you couldn't do here? What could you do in Marbella that you couldn't do here?
Not in terms of training, nothing really. We thought maybe there'd be a bit more sun, which there wasn't. I think there was more sun here. But no, I think the idea was to just be away together as a group. I think that's the most important thing. Like I said, not only to prepare for this game, to prepare for the end of the season. And I feel as though it was a good week. The training was intense. So everybody's in good shape going into the game tomorrow.
Taken that togetherness probably a little bit too literally as far as lifts are concerned. did you have to go out with
that was actually a few months ago. Yeah, that wasn't recently. Dejan must have just decided to put it on now. I've seen it in his camera roll. But that was a while ago. I can't remember what game it was now, but yeah, we ended up getting stuck in a lift. So we were there for a few minutes, but someone come and rescued us. Managed to open the doors for us. So yeah.
And I appreciate as far as the defence is concerned, no Virgil this one. I know it's an obvious question, but how big a miss is he going to be?
Of course, he's a massive miss. He's a big miss. I think he's played every game this season, so I think you can see how important he is for us as a team. But at the same time, I feel as though we've got enough quality in the team to be able to cope with it tomorrow night. I'm not just relying on our two centre-halves to defend. It's up to the whole team to defend, really, and we do it together. So whoever plays there, I'm sure they'll know the role and what's expected of them. But of course, it'll be a big loss.
Just finally, if I may, whenever defensive position gaps do come up, your name gets mentioned in there. Obviously,
I don't know why.
Well, I spoke to Kevin Ball about defensive history. So the only time you'd ever played fullback is when you were marking Ashley Cole, and he sort of dragged you into that position. But if you do get that call to play central defender, is that something that you'd be equally as confident as you were when you played fullback?
Yeah, obviously I'd give it everything, and I'd be ready. And when I spoke to the manager about playing fullback, I think it wasn't really a question of could I play there. It was a question of would I be sort of, like you say, confident and be ready to be able to play there. And I said, of course, no matter what position I'm asked to play, I'll always be 100% ready and I'll give everything. So whether that's centre half, right back, anywhere on the pitch, wherever I'm asked to play, I'll always be ready to play football and give everything for the team. So if I was to play centre half, I would be ready.
Okay. Ziad?
So people may say that Bayern had a difficult season, but they are second in the league, not in the Champions League. They are a very strong side with experience in the competition. What kind of test are they?
A very tough test. I think everybody knows how good they are as a team. Like you say, they're only 2 points off Dortmund in the domestic league. I think over the last few years they've been semi-finalists, finalists for a consistent period, which is tough. So they're a world-class team. We know that it'll be tough, but at the same time, we're confident that if we can play the way we know we can, then we can cause them problems.
Okay, do you want another? Yeah.
Is it some kind of pressure that people are looking at as Liverpool favourites for the team?
For us as players, I think it doesn't really matter what people expect or people think. It's more what we think, and we think Bayern will be a tough test, which there will be. They've got world-class players, so we know how difficult it'll be. So everybody needs to be at 100%, otherwise we'll get nothing from the game. But having said that, we feel confident within the group as well that we have the ability to go and hurt them. So it's up to us to go out there and show that tomorrow night.
Okay, Sam at the back there.
John, what the experience of last season instead of being knocked back in, how would you actually?
Yeah, it definitely can. Yeah, I think the amount of big games, especially in the Champions League we played last year, I think that can only help us going into this one tomorrow night. So we've got to use all the experience we can. Yeah, not only tomorrow night, in the second leg as well.
Okay, Vinny, do you want to?
Jordan, what is the priority this season? Fans are obviously desperate for a Premier League title, so the players have to choose.
If we had to choose, we'd choose both. Yeah.
So the ambition then.
Yeah, well, of course. We prioritise game by game, no matter what competition it is. So tomorrow night for us is the biggest game of the season, and then so on and so on. It'll be like that till the end of the season, and that's how we approach every game. And that's what we need to do, really. It's not about favouring one competition. It's about, yeah, I feel as though we've got the squad, a good enough squad to be able to go and challenge in both competitions as best we can, and hopefully at the end of the season we can say we're champions of at least one, if not both.
Okay, are there any other questions for Jordan? No. Okay,
That
thank
was
you very
great.
much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.